to the CineBeards.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm your host, Jason Musicanth. With me, as always, Thomas Sharp,
Yes, I am.
Marcus Kneef,
Yes.
Dion van Heerden,
Hmm?
and joining us for the next 2 weeks, Clarien Luttich. Luttich?
Yay, guest.
Luttich. There we go. I'm English.
Good
and
job,
Jewish.
Jason.
Yeah. Look, you guys are Afrikaans.
In
Look,
a-
stop
in addition-
assuming pronunciation.
In
Come
addition to all your other jobs, you had one job.
Anyway, let's talk about some trailers.
Right.
Why? Trailers suck now.
Well, because the trailer, quote, fucking visual gags.
Oh.
The trailer for The Irishman came out.
And now
That
you
was-
get to talk
Now
about
you get to talk about it one last time before you've got to shut up about it before release.
Actually, more excitingly, we get to interrupt him while he talks about it.
Yeah.
Go for it, Marcus. The
Marcus.
floor is yours.
If you can hold it.
There's nothing to talk about. It was just an announcement of the movie.
No,
Is
but
it still happening?
they said things. They were
Yeah,
like,
the one
they-
guy paints houses
Yeah,
and is
and
the other
then
one's
the other guy
cousin.
said, "Are you sure?"
Oh, you know it.
It's
You
just
know it.
loaded with mobisms.
Yeah, you got to
The
unpack it. What do they
imagery.
mean by painting houses?
What do they mean by a CG bullet falling slowly into
Yeah, not
five
even
names?
a great CG
And
bullet,
conveniently.
just sort of a cheap.
Okay, that's just the that's just
an I in their name.
okay. That's just an interesting choice for using the names and everything. And the thing about painting houses, that is actually mob lingo for putting out a hit.
I was being sarcastic, but
But
wow.
putting out a hit is in itself sort of
When you
a
assassinate someone, you
euphemism.
paint.
Yeah,
The thing is, when the cops catch on to one euphemism, they gotta get another one.
Just layers of it.
See, this is what I have to
It's
deal
like a
with.
Cockney rhyming slang. On the thing of The Irishman, they are releasing it in theaters
Of
for...
course they are.
Because
Well,
it's
they
got
want-
they
they
want
want
that Oscar
Oscars.
nomination.
And Steven Spielberg is still
Spielberg's
like,
being
oh,
a dick."
Netflix.
I'm gonna call James
Wait.
Cameron.
Has Scorsese won a Best Director Oscar yet? I know some of his films have won Best Picture.
I don't,
You should know.
You should know. You're the Scorsese guy.
What does Netflix pay you for?
You're Mr. Scorsese.
They pay me to not mention The Irishman until trailers come out.
Scorsese.
Scores squeaks.
He's got a Scorsese to settle with. Hey, you better Google faster,
Fucking-
Marcus. There's so many more where this came from.
No, quickly.
Go slow, I want to hear all of them.
Okay, now he did win Best Director for The Departed.
That's right.
The Departed.
The Departed.
Oh, is that the one that's got that really terrible last shot?
It's fine. They're taking the rap.
that's where
No,
the rats.
they're not. The Kickstarter was shut down by copyright claim.
No! Oh, come on! That was such a
There's
cool
no
joke.
justice in this world.
Well, you know that it's absolutely guaranteed at this point that someone with After Effects is just going to go do it in 20 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you sure they haven't?
Admittedly, no.
I'm pretty sure the guy would have researched it first. Though.
But I'll have a look for the rat cut later.
Although, in
Uh,
fairness,
yeah.
his one did specifically want it printed back onto film.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, which is
But almost
well,
certainly you can
promising
find
to
it.
distribute the edited footage is
Yeah,
the issue with it.
Yeah. Distributing outside of the distributor license might be the problem here.
No, I think they just really like rats.
Maybe the rat people.
Yeah, I mean, Peter got involved, and they were like, no, you will not abuse animals.
That is our job."
thing, That's our shtick.
You will not erase that rat from existence because
We
that's
erase
tantamount to
them.
killing it.
Yeah.
The guy in his official message went full V for Vendetta.
Oh my
Because
god.
he's like, although we live in an era when money and copyright laws allow corporations to stop a Kickstarter, nothing can stop ideas.
Fire rises!
He is the 99%.
Oh my word, that's awesome. That's
Was he wearing an anonymous mask?
No, I don't think he's from 4chan.
Oh, okay.
He's not the hacker known as 4chan.
the hacker previously.
Ooh,
You know what
speaking of 4chan, can we just...
Oh, wait, we gotta get to 8chan now.
Yeah, we have to...
Oh yeah.
I've been wondering about the 4chan paradox. Because everyone on 4chan,
4chan, yeah.
4chan,
is
what?
13.
Right.
Yes.
But everyone on 4chan is also a pedophile.
That is actually an
That is
interesting conundrum.
actually a really interesting conundrum.
I think it's a paradox.
I think you're wrong.
Maybe they're not.
I mean, linguistically, you're correct.
Okay, we're veering way too close to quality content here. Marcus,
No, what I-
THQ time.
THQ and that bullshit.
I can't believe that. Like, I still can't believe that actually happened.
And they're like, oh no,
We didn't
just
know.
For
due
context.
diligence.
For context, so THQ Nordic did an AMA to promote Metro Exodus.
Yeah.
Now, where do AMAs usually take place? I mean,
Reddit.
you don't spend much time on the internet, and even you know it's Reddit. They went to fucking 8chan.
And 8chan, for context, is generally made up of people who got kicked off.
Of
We're
4chan.
too extreme
Which-
for 4chan.
Yes.
That takes a lot.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know what the criterion for that are. Like,
8chan, the site was actually taken off of Google search engines because of child porn.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. If you Google 8chan, you can't find it because Google delisted it.
yeah.
they did the responsible thing. THQ Nordic was like,
yeah, this seems like the right
that's
place.
the untapped market. The pedos.
I think the logic of it was something like this. It's like, okay, we've got a lot of trolls review bombing us because we went with the Epic Store exclusivity, right?
I like that
How
they
do
still
you kill
printed
a-
the Steam
how
on
do
the
you
box,
kill
though.
How do you
Yeah.
kill a snake? You cut off the head. You go to the source. Where is the absolute worst place on the internet? Let's go ingratiate ourselves to them.
That is the weirdest double down
So-
in the history of double down.
So rather than cutting the head off the snake, they went like, let's just make out with it.
Yeah, let's if we neutralize them as a source of hatred towards us, then that's gonna spread out and no one's gonna review bomb us anymore.
I mean,
except
everyone.
people with a moral
except
compass.
maybe the government.
Who cares?
Do they actually exist, the people with the moral compass?
No, I've never heard of them. It's almost as good as
Certainly
when,
not in this
Cliffy
room.
B this week was like, hey, everybody wants me to make games, but I'm too busy being retired and rich.
Who's Cliffy B?
The guy that made Radical Heights, Lawbreakers, was responsible for Aliens, Colonial Marines, and was responsible for loads
No,
of
no,
other
he was
shit.
not responsible for Colonial Marines.
Super fucking was.
He super fucking wasn't. You're thinking of Randy Pitchford,
I am thinking
motherfucker.
of Randy Pitchford, sorry. But basically, he's responsible for a large amount of people
In
losing their
fairness,
jobs.
Randy Pitchford wasn't so much responsible for it as
Irresponsible for it.
Yeah. But he's...
I was being irresponsible.
No, no,
Yeah,
Cliffy-
let's go.
Put
Put your
fucking
headphones
Put your
on.
headphones.
together. They're behind you actually.
to monitor the things.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
No, Cliffy B wasn't responsible for people losing their jobs. Just the
Yes.
closure of that.
Oh, just the closure of 3 different game studios. And them not
the
getting
one.
severance pay. And over 300 people losing their jobs. But yeah, so he was on Twitter this week saying, I'm so rich, I never have to make games anymore, but people want me to make games. But I'm just like, no. So people were like, oh,
shame.
really? Cool. Is it?
My life
I
is
mean,
tough.
he's not as bad as like what's his face from Activision.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hi, we made more money than
This is
ever.
the best
Also,
year
all of you are fired.
The best year we've
I really
ever
thought
had.
you were going to say, hi, we're a movie podcast.
Did you see what their follow-up was? Because obviously they've been asked in interviews like, hey guys, you know this is going to be bad, right? And they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, and
We know.
they told their investors like that
They're just like
laying
buckling
off,
their seat.
laying
Like,
off
yeah.
8% of their workforce may negatively impact their business.
And they're just like, yeah, we're aware. But shareholder earnings have never been higher.
Yeah.
Buckling seatbelts, putting in mouth guard. You know.
That's next year's problem.
So anyway, as Jason was saying, yes, we are actually a movie,
We're a movie
podcast.
podcast.
Hi, movie podcast.
But
Okay,
you know,
so that was our
Talk about the
discussion
Irishman.
of the Irishman trade.
Yes.
And you said there was nothing to say.
Liar! Marcus the liar. On to the next trailer.
Oh no, do we have to?
We have to do it.
Okay, which one is next?
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Well,
Hey.
Dark Phoenix Circle X.
yeah.
She dies.
Well,
So hype.
Hey, spoilers.
We've seen the trailer!
I mean,
Who
we are
dies?
discussing the trailer in
We're
which
discussing the
Who
trailer.
dies?
Jean Grey.
No one.
How do you
No,
know she
no.
dies?
She dies in the
See,
fucking
this is-
trailer.
this is the thing.
She blows up in space.
No, she's just blowing off steam, dude.
No, I'd like.
Give women some space.
I'm gonna be so angry if it's
In
a bait and
space.
If it's a
switch
bait and
and Mystique doesn't die.
No, it's gotta be Mystique that dies.
Oh, please, for the love of God, let Mystique die!
That would be so good.
It's like, Kevin Feige's like, cool guys, we're gonna integrate your universe. Some of your actors can even come over. It's gonna be great. I just got one caveat. I want to watch her die.
I gotta see it die. I've got to see it happen.
And they're like, in the film. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is definitely what I meant.
Absolutely.
Cancel this squad.
Yeah. That just, it's... I can't believe I was trying to give this movie the benefit of the doubt.
No.
I think partly because they hired Hans Zimmer, and it's like, I don't want him to be wasted again.
Oh, but too late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way too late.
wait.
He's
And
gonna
then-
quit superhero movies a
and
second
then
time.
For
with-
real
okay,
this time,
it's-
though.
Within 15 seconds, you have Katniss Mystique.
Yep. Just
Katniss
Katniss it up.
Everblue.
Hey, it can't be as bad as Magneto using guns.
Yeah, that's super in character though. I
Right.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And I've heard like when I brought this up with someone, they were like, "Oh, but don't you remember in the first X-Men when he uses guns?" It's like, no, that's not what this is. In the first X-Men movie, when he was using guns, it was look at your manpower, look how it amounts
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
nothing. I can't stop all these guns. You know, it was a
Yeah,
plot
I can't stop
device.
all these bullets, but I can take away all
It
your
was
guns.
a piece of writing and it was a plot
Yeah.
device. It
That's
wasn't.
on him like, hey, I'm gonna shoot you.
I'm gonna shoot her with like 30 guns. It's gonna look super cool. Pew, pew, pew.
I mean, it's very nice of you to try to give it the benefit of the doubt, but discarding Logan, when was the last good X-Men film?
First
First
class.
class.
Logan.
Yes.
I watched it twice, sorry. I'm just going
Yeah,
First
first class,
Class.
Logan, and the Deadpool movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
Days of Future Past
I
was
was gonna say,
watchable.
Days of Future
it was
Past was like-
watchable. It was watchable.
It was like, oh, this
I
could go
didn't-
either way.
I didn't
and
hate
it had
every
it had
second
cool
of it.
moments in it.
Yes.
It
And
just
that,
had way too much mystique.
Hmm.
yeah, just too much Mystique. You watch the supercut of no Mystique. It's like 10
Mystique
minutes.
was in it? I just saw a whole bunch of Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, right, because
No, she's
contraction.
blue when she jumps out the window and gets shot in the
Oh, yeah.
past.
Yeah.
And then she's not because she was sick and tired of sitting in the chair for the makeup, so she was like, if you want me in this movie, I'm not being blue.
What the fuck is also up with, even when she is blue, her baseline look?
all over the place.
It's like, just different shades,
Yeah.
different
There's no
saturation at
consistency.
all.
Like zero.
And
Maybe
it gets
because she just got
worse.
bored in the makeup chair at different
She just,
points in
yeah,
time.
and just left
in
the makeup room.
Nope,
and
this
the
is good.
script supervisors are just there tearing their hair out.
What I would not be surprised at all to find that she just actually on set wore basic prosthesis,
Yeah.
and then the rest was done in post.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I would not
Because
be
that's
surprised.
cheap and lazy.
Yeah.
There we
Not
go.
There we go.
Not like good old Dave Bautista, who for the first
He
Guardians of the
sat
Galaxy
for fucking-
stood
Yeah.
for
Dude.
7 hours
Well, that's how
for
he
them
prepped
to
for his
apply.
scene in Infinity War.
It's amazing they didn't lose him while he was there.
It actually should have only taken 45 minutes. They kept losing him.
Where's he going?
Where'd he go?
Dave, come
No!
back.
He takes another bite. See you.
Gotcha.
Keeping in that whole Fox thing, you know how New Mutants was postponed so they could do reshoots and stuff?
Yes, on November.
So has it been cancelled now?
No, but they haven't started the reshoots and have no plan to start the reshoots.
so it's dead.
So it's cancelled.
It's cancelled.
They released one cool ass trailer,
What?
which
Got
got
us
me
super
excited
hyped.
because I was like, this is completely different,
Yeah.
and this is what
Body
I
horror
want.
X-Men.
Body horror X-Men. How cool.
Wait,
How
what?
new.
Yeah.
You, like, is that sort of what?
yeah.
Is that like reputable source saying
Yeah.
this?
It's not Screen Rant.
Yeah.
Avatar sequels will blow Marvel out of the water.
I like the picture. Like,
And just a sad 4.
The Joker movie will kill the X-Men series, or what is it? Kill
The
Marvel
MCU.
kill the
Everything's
MCU.
about taking down the MCU.
Yeah,
on
because
Screen
you
Rant.
know,
Because you
Yeah.
can't create a narrative without
yeah.
two sides.
Oh boy. Good times.
On to the next trailer.
What's the next trailer?
We can talk about either.
Oh,
Hellboy-
sorry. I just have to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
one thing about the actual Dark Phoenix Inner Circle trailer.
Uh-huh.
It looks, if you take out the fancy CG, like the shit transforming and stuff. That, by the way, who's that woman, that character that's talking to Jean Grey?
Oh,
mysterious
with the white hair and
Yeah.
no eyebrows. No idea.
Anyway,
Marcus, you're our resident.
Yeah, nerd.
It's
Excellent.
it's probably an aged up version of Emma Frost.
That would make sense.
Anyway, but
Yeah,
she looks
possible.
super compelling, and like that CG effect that she's doing looks super cool. But if you take out
Yeah, that like time
the fancy production
reality
values,
warping thing.
it looks If you watch it as a fan film, it looks exactly like a fan film.
Yep.
Yeah.
From
Wow.
like 10 years ago, it looks exactly like one.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what to do.
accurate.
I don't know what to do.
Tell me what to do! I don't know what to
I
do!
don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. I don't know what
That
to do.
loop.
Yeah. Oh, so bad. But it really, like the Uncharted fan film,
Look better.
look better.
Yeah.
Look more compelling.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that look a little bit like fan films, Hellboy.
Hellboy. Hellboy.
I gotta say,
the lion.
second trailer.
Well, you are just on point with the segues today, Jason.
Yeah, good job.
Like I've got to bring that up because usually you just suck at them.
Yeah, I know, I gotta edit it out all the time.
Yeah.
The first trailer I think looked more like this one, as you said. Like there's some super spectacular looking stuff. Like that
Some really
creature
great
stomping the bridge.
The creature design is amazing. But
Yeah, CGI. Unless what they did was they did it all super practical, and it's just so good.
that it looks like bad CGI.
It's like bad
Then it
CGI.
looks like a giant monster is actually smashing the Tower of London Bridge. I mean,
I'm
the
often
the Tower of London
London
Bridge.
Bridge.
Tower Bridge, man! It's next to the
the
tower.
famous
No
Tower
landmark.
of London Bridge,
I've only been there
Is it
twice.
falling down?
next to Wimbledon's Windsor Castle.
No, the Wimbledon's Eye.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
The joke is way less cool now.
It's in that big.
Anyway,
triangle.
I think
Wait, isn't that next to Stonehenge?
Gaslighting Thomas.
because it's funny.
Because he was at hat.
Yeah, it's true. But the trailer really did claw back a lot of goodwill.
Yeah.
But
After
like
the first.
only enough to make me back to baseline.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
and it still feels so weird that they were leading, like, with all their talk about it and they're hyping it, like horror elements,
Yeah,
practical
horror.
effects.
and I think the problem with that is maybe the marketing team looked at Guillermo's films and said like, okay, this is what people like. So we've got to reassure people that they'll be getting
They did not achieve that.
exactly. But I think maybe that's what's part of it.
And they're just doing their best at that.
Yeah, they're just using it for damage control.
I-
Like, because, no, but we've seen nothing. There are fuck all practical effects and horror elements. So that's the only thing I can come up with.
Is
Maybe
that
it was
they're
like-
using the trailer is like the two trailers are from like the only 10 minutes of the movie that aren't horror
Yeah,
or practical.
Yeah. Maybe we go in and it was just like a huge epic bait and switch.
maybe, but methinks no.
Girl can dream.
Yeah.
What's his name? The tall fella that Guillermo always uses. He was Ape Sapien.
the guy that plays Ape Sapien. Ape Sapien Man, yes?
Yeah, Ape Sapien Man. He was.
Doug Jones.
There
Thank
we go,
you.
Doug Jones. He was asked if he wanted to cameo in the movie, and he was like, "No, I'm really busy on Star Trek. No, thank you."
I'm pretty sure it was just a lot closer to
Yeah.
great visual gag.
Great visual
Great
gag.
visual
visual
gag.
gag.
But yeah, like, I don't know. And seeing this trailer again has just compounded my dislike for how the fact that Hellboy looks like a lion now. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because he didn't. Ron Perlman's Hellboy looks like Hellboy in the Mike Mignola comics.
That's because
He looked
Ron
great.
Perlman's got that chin.
Yeah, but they could have
They
given
actually,
him that
they
shit.
actually in the makeup chair had to chisel his chin down.
They had to use like actual plastic surgery before
Yeah.
he got in the chair.
And, like
Yes.
restrainers, it's like corset, chin
Corset
corset.
chin.
Rarely used, but
Unrealistic beauty standards in Hollywood. What can you do?
yeah.
But no, but it bugs me because it's such a major departure from how I think the character should look. And I don't know. When I first saw the first trailer, I was like, this doesn't bug me that much. But now seeing it more, I'm just like, it just looks like a red
It's funny
lion.
because he's actually such a good casting choice.
No, he's
I
a
think.
super solid casting choice.
Yeah.
My issue is with the production design,
Yeah.
not with him as the actor or with him playing the role. And like I said, at least some of the jokes are better now. Some,
it was
some
so
of the jokes are
painfully
better.
like.
I'm not talking about the timing
Oh,
and the
so
cutting together of that trailer, which wasn't that
three
great.
times the exact same like impact sound, downer
Joke.
joke. Well,
yeah.
joke
Gag?
something delivered as though it's a joke.
Yeah, someone's living as though it's a joke. Smoke through the water.
Smoke through the water.
I'm sorry.
It's like I
No,
think
you're
the
not.
worst example
You
I've
liar.
ever-
Really not.
I've ever seen of that was in I think it was the Justice League trailer, where they
Oh,
do like
block
the
those
whole
out, I'm gonna be
the
honest.
impact and then and then he's like the why are you sitting in my second favorite chair?
Essentially, whoops, I'm Jewish.
Like
No.
it's not a joke. It's not a joke line. And whoever was editing the trailer looked at it and they're like, I probably just don't get it. He says it like it's a joke. It's the joke.
They've put joke marker on the time thing here, so I guess
The
this
weirdest
is
thing
the
is that I see
Yeah.
like people in the cinema laughed at that line just because they're so conditioned. Like the
laugh now.
slam, quiet. My second favorite chair. People are like,
A guffaw.
it's like people laughing at Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Audiences
They're
are
not-
well trained.
Yeah, they're not really sure why. It's just like there's a lot of
Oh,
things where
most
they
likely.
take like serious dramas and like serious scenes and stuff, and what's
That was-
everyone staring at?
That was
There was a rustling, but yeah.
Like where they take like serious scenes or like horror scenes and everything, and they just add laugh tracks, and it's just you sit there giggling.
yeah.
But you know, there's a different kind of laughter. There's that kind of nervous, I'm vicariously humiliated on your behalf laughter. Maybe it's that.
Yeah, I think it's also just partly that like just the group response, like.
They laugh, I must laugh. Ha ha
Yeah.
ha. They
This
can't.
must be funny. I must fit in. Aha!
Everyone in here can't be wrong, and I don't want to be wrong. So that's Hellboy.
Yep. Okay. Detective Pikachu.
Yay!
Looks
Yeah.
cheesy and fun.
Yeah.
I'm a
Super
little
good.
disappointed they showed Mewtwo in the trailer.
Indeed, I think that
Yeah,
could have
but
been
I
a
mean,
great
that's-
reveal
that
in
is-
cinema.
That is
Yeah.
that is their like Mysterio with his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's that like whoa, and it looks fucking cool.
Also,
it does
it was obviously it was super well planned because just 3 days. There was 2 or 3 days they revealed the poster.
Yeah.
People were crawling over the poster like, "Oh, it's Mewtwo! Mewtwo's on the poster!"
Oh,
and
really?
And then 3 days later, the trailer drops. Hey, look, it's Mewtwo in the trailer. Your fucking nitpickiness has been rewarded, fan base. This is Mewtwo in the movie.
Very passive aggressively, like fine.
Fine,
Yeah,
you
fine.
go.
Fine.
Well, I'm just glad that, much like all of the other renders we've seen so far, it looks fucking great.
Yeah.
yeah, they've really
designs
nailed the Pokemon.
Fucking good. Oh, dude, the word on the street that I saw like a lot of people saying that the sort of Team Sonic people that are working on the film after like the first the Detective Pikachu trailer drop were apparently just so disheartened because there were so many internal fights about whether to keep Sonic like video game accurate or not. And they were like, no, it won't work, you can't do that. And that's why you've got like
And then
leggy buff Sonic. And
that's why you've got furry Sonic.
Leggy
Yes,
buff
Sonic
I assume you've
games.
seen leggy buff Sonic.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. And like apparently it was just like, oh look, you fucking can do it and make it look amazing.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have to strive for realism. I still
Exactly.
believe that world.
Yeah. and-
Serious question. Are we on track now for the very first good video game film?
We might
is,
be.
Is
It's a
Pokemon
video
primarily considered a video game?
Yes.
Detective
franchise?
Pikachu,
Okay.
specifically, yes, there's a series of games.
And Pokemon was a
Pokemon
game
was a
before it was
handheld
anything
before it
else.
was an anime.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I don't particularly follow
It
Pokemon.
was, it was the game, and then they made from that a manga and a anime.
Manga, trading card game, then the anime.
Oh, you got fucking served.
Forgot about the trading card game.
Humiliated. Go bury your head in the sand.
Like
No.
an emu.
I forgot to give Marcus my shiny Charizard now.
Oh no! Never give that up. You
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah, no,
Kill
I
yourself
don't
before
even
that.
want your shiny Charizard. I've got my own.
So yeah, I think we're on track for the first.
That'd be
Yeah, I
First
think
video
I
game
think
film.
that
That's
would be
exciting.
pretty good.
Yeah, the first like legitimately good one, because Rampage was cheesy good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
It was over the
like,
top and it
I
was
think
stupid
calling
and
a
it knew it.
Rampage like a video game movie is like, I know technically, but
Yeah.
come on, like that. It's not an adaptation of a video game. It's like,
No, not really. But I mean, the
Not
world
at
is a
all.
vampire.
hmm?
Oh, God. Shut up, Marcus.
So yeah, I
Are we
think
doing
that's
Smashing
a
Pumpkins
bit
quotes
of a
now?
stretch.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, come. It was in
How
the
it always
trailer.
goes with-
Watch
Ooh,
it.
and if you want to ruin your day, Google your name and then the hedgehog.
No, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
Are we bringing that
No.
up again?
What's
We're not
happening?
bringing that up.
but because
No.
of the whole gross, disgusting furry community around Sonic and weirdly sexualizing it and stuff like that. If you search your name followed by the hedgehog, you will undoubtedly find somebody who's got that as their persona.
Not undoubtedly. You will. And it
will.
will be horrifying.
Well, undoubtedly,
Marcus's-
and you will.
Mine is the worst.
Marcus's
Same
one
thing.
was A, the worst, and B, the most appropriate. Because
Why was his? He was his.
No, no,
I'm actually gonna
You're gonna bring
find
it
it
up.
for you, and then I'll explain it on the air.
Yeah.
I want to get a hot take. Of
Hot
this.
takes.
Okay.
Hot take first impressions.
Okay, are you doing Marcus the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for once I'm happy I have a name that my grandmother made up and that doesn't exist, but I'm still not gonna test
Oh,
it.
they're gonna find
They're
you.
gonna get you.
I'm not pushing
They're
it. I'm
gonna
not,
get
I'm not
you.
gonna
First
try.
one that pops up for Marcus the Hedgehog.
Is it that one with the?
Yes.
That is super appropriate.
I remember. You don't have to show me.
Listeners at home, I do not suggest you do this.
I do.
That's
The
just
thing is, because
worst.
Marcus's penis is also green because of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that's
why it's
pretty appropriate.
That's just the worst.
It is the worst, and it is amazing.
What? No. You gonna have to Google Beyond the Hedgehog.
Oh, we didn't actually.
Oh. Already on it.
It'll probably be with an I though, because Americans are heathens.
No, you
Let
have
me
to put in your
Dion.
actual name. It'll
There
work.
are. I'm just saying, I might be safe.
No one is safe from the furries.
Jason.
There's a
nice
Dion
to
the
think that.
raccoon.
Ah, it's
Oh,
close
yeah,
enough.
Gimme.
It's in the universe.
I want to see how handsome I am as a raccoon.
You're actually a well-drawn piece of fan art. I don't know if that's better
Dude,
or
I'm down
worse.
with that. Dude, that's my whole fucking energy right there.
No, that's cute.
Hey,
Look how sassy it is.
Yeah, it's like I'm standing, but my left leg is sort of.
hey, Jason, you remember yours, right?
No, I forgot.
I
mine.
do with the hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
gimme.
So it changed though. He's now like a purple emo thing.
They must have seen that picture of baby Jason.
They must have.
Let me see.
It got out somehow.
Oh,
Somehow it got
not as
out.
well drawn as mine.
No.
Sorry,
I hate everything that's happening.
Thomas. You own a far worse picture.
You got
That
me
is
there.
fair.
You got me there. I did that to myself.
Young Thomas.
Young Tom.
Young Thomas.
He has two
Yes.
pictures of younger Thomas. One is like startlingly handsome, and the other one is
Less handsome.
defies explanation.
Around how young are we talking here? Is it awkward teenage years?
No.
No.
It's early
yeah,
20s.
adulthood,
Yeah.
It's like
just younger.
it's
Oh,
like
so that-
like 23-ish, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what comes up when I search your name.
That's bizarre and I don't hate it.
Is it?
I feel
Is it-
relieved.
He's got a cool energy sword and shit.
Yeah. Sweet.
Although it's Clarien
It's not
instead
my
of
name.
your actual name.
But I'll take it.
I mean, if you're dyslexic enough, it's your name.
It's your name. I mean, that's how that works.
Just squint.
That's good. Hey, so are we gonna talk about some of the newsy things that may or may not have happened?
Yes, we have very, very good news. Thanks to scheduling conflicts, or at least that's what they're saying, Will Smith is no longer in Suicide Squad officially.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah,
What a pity.
Yeah. Doing my white purple dance.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, given the topic that we're talking about, that might come across a little wrong.
Hey, we
I
talked
did
about.
accidentally say white purple instead
So
of
it's
white
fine.
people, so it actually
That's right.
it fits with my persona, I guess.
Yeah.
We've been
At least
CineBeards,
we're not
thank you.
referencing Will Smith in Blueface again.
Oh my word.
That's not.
I'm
So
just sick and tired of Will Smith's two characters that he plays. Will Smith, or in dramatic movies, sad Will Smith.
yes, but how do you think the writers are going to deal with the loss of such like a complex, intricate character?
They're just going to replace him with Deathstroke.
Yeah,
It'd probably be an
or
improvement.
just kind of forget it.
Just kind of forget.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he was there.
Well,
I
they're
never
gonna
heard that.
have to recast. Like you just based on the Suicide Squad comics and movies. I've animated ones anyway.
where's Deadshot? He was shot dead.
Do
And it's
do
like-
do 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 do.
Where's
do.
Dead-
Deadshot?
the character
He
deserves.
got out. There.
Yeah.
Done.
No, but I don't know. I think they probably
He got out of this life.
Yeah.
now he's killing pigeons in the park,
He moved in
ricocheting
with
pennies.
his uncle and aunt in Bel Air. And they just
I
like,
don't know.
get some old stock footage. Fresh Prince.
Everywhere you go.
Well, at least he's doing well for
You
himself.
can cut in any Will Smith movie and it'll be fine. It's not like they're gonna be like, wait, this character's different.
Wait a minute. Something just dawned on me. How expensive was his cab ride from West
I
Philadelphia,
saw
born
it.
and
I
raised,
saw it.
to fucking Hollywood?
Philadelphia to Hollywood.
The,
Yeah.
Actually, you know what they can do? What would be great is if they have Suicide Squad 2 take place in space, right?
Right.
And they can be like, oh, Earth, like everyone was getting wiped out, we escaped just in time. Uh-oh, where's Deadshot? Cut to him playing golf with his dog. From I Am Legend.
I'm here for that.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
Sorted.
please do that.
Cole Graham.
Cool, Graham. He needs in on
I'll
this.
page him.
Page. He's a drug
Where's
dealer.
Deadshot? Oh, he gave 7 of his organs to people in need.
What a hero.
What a great
He
guy.
was still alive at the time. He wanted
What's
to see their
Deadshot
face.
doing now? He's hooking people up.
Crying with his son in a bathroom stall.
He joined the Blue Man group. I'm so glad we
that's
don't have to
great.
discuss that trailer again. Alright.
That's great.
Yeah.
Next news story.
You obviously saw it, Thomas, and I'm sure you're hyped about it. The poster for Midsummer, which
Oh!
is
I thought it was a
the-
fucking Afrikaans movie when I first saw it. Like,
Midsummer.
Yeah.
yeah, but I was like, oh, a midswimmer? And like the picture, like of the people walking, I'm like, huh.
Get in there.
And then you look at the background, it's like,
Oh.
oh!
And
Have
then
you
you
seen it?
notice what's written on the
Find it,
poster, and
Jason.
then you're like,
Show her.
Bring it up
Oh.
on the big screen.
oh.
But yeah, bring it up on the projector.
I can't wait for more trauma. I'm very excited for more trauma.
Dude. Hereditary broke me for a long
No,
time.
dude, for months, for actual months, I experienced like. ugh.
I can see why you'd mistake that for a terrible Afrikaans film.
Yeah. First look, yeah.
And then it's like, then I saw Hereditary, and then I looked at the background like, oh!
That's unusual,
Yeah.
but I can't wait for more trauma. The only problem is I'm going into this with maybe the highest expectations I've ever gone into a film with because of how earth-shatteringly good Hereditary
Maybe that's
was.
why George Miller didn't make Mad Max Fury Road 2, because it's just
he
like
knew.
impossible.
Yeah.
Can never top this.
We did. I gotta say, last night we watched The Hole in the Ground.
Oh yeah.
Lightly intoxicated, and obviously doing our usual scaring ourselves shitless. And it's the first time like I've really been able to be like super into a horror since watching Hereditary.
Well,
Like,
oh, wow.
the curse is lifted.
A24 produced that as well, so maybe
We know.
they've got
also
a good eye.
it used my biggest fear against me,
Being a single mother.
Wishes?
being a single mother to a problem
Yeah,
child.
it's his biggest fear. Single mother to a problem child, and it's got like isolated forest shit
I'm
and
so into
enclosed
that.
spaces for me. So
That's not your baby.
like,
Well,
no!
so it's basically what was that one?
All they needed was like
Like
a
Mama.
clown for
Was
you.
it
and
Mama?
it would have just
No.
like,
Dude, Mama was terrible.
Yeah, I know, but the concept was interesting.
Yeah.
What was that? The one with the plastic surgery and the.
No. That
That
was,
was the one with the two girls at
Whoa,
the
no
cabin in the
spoilers, I haven't
woods.
seen
Okay.
Two Girls Cabin in the Woods, Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
it. Okay.
Was not very good.
Yeah.
Cool creature
The,
design.
the
Yeah.
German one, I think it was also Mama or Mother or something like that.
Well, it would be really
Yes,
funny if the German one was Mother.
Yeah.
Rather than Mutter.
Yeah.
Classic linguistic.
Also, not to be confused with Darren Aronofsky's Mother.
Please no. Please
Love
God
that
no.
movie.
What?
That is
Yeah.
It's not a good movie, but it's the only time
It's the
she
only
has ever
time
acted well.
I've ever watched Jennifer Lawrence and I didn't hate
She
it.
has acted well before.
Okay, that's a
I've
valid
seen her,
point.
like, for years, she was all like, I'm like a normal, likable person. How do dresses work? Woo! I'm such an every girl.
You're right, she was good in that. It's kind of like Scarlett Johansson in She.
Yes.
The only time I didn't hate her because I
Yes.
couldn't see her face.
Exactly.
In what?
In her.
Her, sorry.
Her. Yeah.
Feminine pronoun. You know what I'm
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
about?
Whoa!
I have to protest.
Whoa.
There were Scarlett Johansson had about 3 great minutes in Iron Man 2 and moments of bearableness in Infinity War. So
You've got me
so
there.
much for your theory.
No, I think that was
Apparently
just because you
beneath the
didn't
skin?
recognize her for a second because she
Under
the skin.
Under the skin. There
where
we
she plays
go.
an alien.
Yeah, apparently.
You've seen that?
I haven't seen it. I've heard
It's-
good things.
She doesn't need to act remotely human, so it works.
It's maybe the slowest film I've ever seen in my life.
Which film is
Really?
And you
Under
like
the Skin.
westerns.
And I like I watch westerns as a choice.
Have you seen like Solaris? Is it that kind of level?
No, it's slower than Solaris.
The original?
Which one's the original?
The Russian.
No, I haven't seen that one. I've just seen the American one with
If you're
George
into slow
Clooney.
films.
But no, it's maybe the slowest film I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Watchable though, but
Are you
slow.
sure it wasn't just like a weird encoding error or something?
Maybe I was
It's like this.
maybe I was like having a
Whoa.
seizure at the time,
It's
and
possible.
who knows? But yeah,
I'll look for that.
Is it slower than Future Cops though?
nothing was slower than Future Cops, or faster. It
Dion.
defies time.
You have to watch Future Cops.
You
I
wanna watch
do.
Future Cops?
You really do.
Just the name sold already.
What's next on the news docket?
The Edge of Tomorrow sequel is officially in the works.
Finally.
Yeah.
Whom?
I think it's the same team. They're getting a new writer in. They haven't confirmed the new writer yet. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm interested because that movie was great. I liked it a lot. I thought it was super solid, and I'm sad they changed the title.
From
Yeah.
the original manga?
Yes.
All you need is kill.
Because that's just the greatest fucking title ever. That's the greatest fucking title ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I like the creature designs. The time loop thing was cool. Interesting military tech.
Oh,
Didn't
that's
hate Tom
why they
Cruise
had
Didn't
the,
hate Tom Cruise
that's why
entirely.
they had the weird Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr cameos as well. Oh wow! Now at least that makes sense.
Does it all come full circle?
Yeah.
Hate you, dear. Railroad. Fucking sandbag my jokes.
Oh, can we talk about Spielberg being a dick?
Yeah,
we can
can-
always
sure.
talk about Spielberg being a dick.
Cool. Spielberg's being a dick.
Alright.
No.
Why this
Really?
time?
Yes.
What is it still about Netflix and
yeah,
the Oscars?
he is. What's his? Like I read what his official title is on the Academy. Like
Is it not just harumph?
Is it Grand Wizard?
something like. Actually, just
a clan
look it up
ranking?
quickly.
I don't know.
Because
Google
he's
it.
got an official title, like obviously like super duper high ranking, and he's basically abusing his status
I'm shocked.
to try and bully other directors in the academy towards voting in new guidelines which would exclude Netflix films specifically from Oscar contention, because he says like
They're not
they're
real
made for
films.
TV, so it's a made for TV movie, so they should be able to only get Emmys.
And of course, he's doing that because he cares so much about the medium, not because that.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes,
Of
yeah.
course.
It's the
And-
integrity of film.
And
Yes, because film has always been like a high art.
yes.
and for him,
Held to the most exacting moral standards.
he
Yes.
wants
Where the fuck
to,
do I find what he's called?
I don't know. It was just in the.
Wait,
article.
I'll ask my Google Assistant.
That never works. In the history of ever.
No, but it's often amusing.
Hey Google. My phone is a bit slow, so she needs to wake up first. Hey Google.
Fine, we can wait.
Wait. You can edit around this.
No,
I will not.
Hey
I will
Google.
do no such thing.
just do a remix.
Oh God. Oh, okay. Okay,
Hey,
now she's going
Google.
crazy. Okay.
Too many people are saying, "Hey Google."
Yeah. Hey Google. What's Steven Spielberg's position in the Oscar panel?
The Academy.
Close enough.
The adactomy.
This is the top result. No.
Anyway, it's a super. It's
it's
just
very
go
hard.
to his Wikipedia page. You should say it there. Anyway, and they want to extend the amount of time that a film needs to be exclusively shown in cinemas in order to qualify for Oscar. The joke, because they
that's
say,
shady.
like the token runs that Netflix films have.
Yeah, they generally get a
The
week.
problem is that there are a lot of lower budget indie films which should be able to qualify for the Oscars,
Yes.
which have similarly short runs
Yes.
that will be sort of caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's super abusing his position at the moment.
I'm
to push
shocked.
that.
I'd never have
Really?
expected
You're,
that.
You're wow, you're very naive.
It's my face.
I mean, here's the thing, though.
What is the thing, Mark?
Like, a lot of the Netflix films, I'll be the first to admit, aren't all that good.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
but there are, but most films
Aren't
Aren't
that
all
good.
that good.
made
Like-
for Netflix or made for the cinema.
Yeah, there's a large
Exactly.
amount of
I mean, is Annihilation really any more worse than Justice League?
Actually, they're about the same.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Still haven't seen
Annihilation at least had something to say.
Annihilation at least had nice visuals.
But that's the point
I've
I'm trying
never
to make.
seen
Like,
you watching
the
it.
way it's released doesn't affect the artistry of the filmmaking process.
Yeah. And they're not made with a mindset of these are cheap cash in. made
No,
for
no,
TV
they're-
They
films.
gave Martin Scorsese $120 million
No,
to
but
make The
beyond
Irishman.
that, I think
Marcus, you're hysterical. No more Irishmen talk for you.
you've had your fucking quota. Beyond that, I think it's also that they're not just handing out things to everybody. They are actually getting people that have done, with directors anyway, that have done good treatments that are giving them. Just
Yeah.
some of them are inherently shit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's.
But
the
then
thing.
again, you can apply
Yeah,
that same
like
logic to
Roma,
film.
I think was a Netflix thing.
Yes.
It was.
I think that's for him that straw that broke the camel's back. that
Yeah,
it did
because
so
it won
well.
Best Foreign or Best
Best foreign.
Best Foreign.
Yes.
Yeah, and
And
he's
Something else as
apparently
well.
not happy about that.
It won more than one thing.
It won a bunch.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah,
won our
Alfonso
hearts.
Cuarón.
Did it?
Didn't Cuarón win Best Director for it as well?
Yes. Yeah, it
That-
won Best
that was the
Director
one,
as
yeah.
well. And I think maybe that's what's
Oh!
fucked him. I think that's what's
Yeah. I mean, how dare someone like Alfonso Cuarón direct a film that doesn't like feature for 3 years in a theater before he gets. The guy's a visionary filmmaker. Like people
Yes.
know this about him.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like he had the LASIK and everything,
Yeah.
But there's this.
No, his glasses are enormous.
It's
and he had LASIK.
Sorry, it's been a long time coming that there's been an attempt to kind of distinguish film from television, and you know, the one is highbrow and the other's not.
Yes.
But that's also got to do with class and affordability.
Mm.
How many films do you watch on TV? And how many can you afford to go see in a cinema?
Actually, on the same point is that the whole like sort of Netflix film thing is far more democratic in terms of like underrepresented groups getting to actually
Exactly.
make films, whereas like someone like Spielberg, who is super connected, super male, super white, like
And super Jewish.
incredibly. I wasn't gonna say it. I was waiting for Jason to say it. He's allowed to.
I'm still trying to find his fucking title.
You missed your beat,
It's
Jason.
Grand Wizard, okay? Just
He's Grand Wizard of
Yeah,
the
he's
Academy.
Grand
Grand
Vizier.
Vizier.
Ah, you can do it. You show me a code. You owe me speedboat. Shit.
Ah, you're getting a cut, not a speedboat.
But yeah, so like, there's a lot of like people that normally would not be able to make a film who now have the opportunity to make films with
that's
like Hollywood
dangerous.
budgets.
yeah.
Oh
Can't have
no,
that.
level playing field.
You can't democratize
How
film.
will we
No.
win now?
That sounds like a discussion for next week.
It does.
What are
And
you
it
talking
will
about
be.
next week.
Well, next week's episode, we're gonna record in like 20 minutes.
Excellent.
We all have to wear. We
God
all have
damn
to
it, I-
change clothes.
Yeah,
so.
I brought
Yeah,
my
so-
change.
Sorry, I didn't read the memo clearly.
Yes.
Now people are gonna know.
Yeah.
No!
They're gonna hear you wearing the same outfit.
It's not like you can edit this out, right? No. No.
What's next on the news?
Next on the news. Oh, speaking of Netflix and tying into our Valentine's Day episode, Netflix mistakenly got a version of The Notebook with an alternate ending.
Oh?
What?
Huh?
Huh?
What
Yeah,
happens?
was this ending not shit?
Well,
exploitative
it just didn't
and-
show the old people dying.
Boo.
Ah.
But that's
So
the
they
best
didn't
part
add
of the
anything
movie.
in, it just left that part
Oh,
out.
it just kind of left.
But that's the best
Then
part
where
of the
did it,
movie.
where did it end? Did it just end when they go to sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's Blade Runner levels of alternate ending. Because because it completely changes
Yeah.
the outlook of the film.
Yeah.
Because like if they just go to sleep together, it's like that was insipid, but like but oh no, nah, there's dead people, dead people.
That's real weird. I wonder how shit like that slips through the cracks.
Do you think the nurse, when she walked in, felt like somebody who cracks an egg and there's two yolks?
And she was like, woo,
Two
two
dead bodies.
They smell twice as bad.
My neighbor's been trying to convince me to watch that film for years now.
I
Like
w-
she's foisted the DVD into my hands,
Well,
and I'm not.
you should watch it just out of academic interest
Yes.
No,
for how bad a film can be.
Well,
no, there are plenty of those.
Well,
But-
after our
can't go
Valentine's Day
But
episode,
Robert Sparks, though.
I will report that I went and I actually did watch it, and it is every bit as awful as we were making it out to be.
Nice.
So I feel vindicated in our poor research, Marcus. No, you don't fucking get a high five because I watched it because of you, because you didn't fucking watch it.
But you had a fun time.
I'm not gonna admit that.
I would feel bad for you, but I once watched the Batman v Superman extended edition. So.
See, I haven't
Oh,
watched
wow.
that yet. I'm still.
Womp, womp,
That's
womp.
still probably the drunkest I've ever been at your house.
Oh,
Poor Bass.
Poor Bass.
Poor Martino who had to drive the three of us to get steers.
Why didn't you just get Mr. D to deliver?
Nah.
They close at some point.
Oh,
I'm
right.
assuming it was late.
Yeah, and also we were.
Oh, they were watching Batman v Superman, so this must have been like 2, 3 a.m.
Well, no, we left halfway through the movie. We needed a break.
Gonna take 5.
Got to get some air.
Fair.
Oh boy.
There was a store in the States
Hmm?
that printed Oscar winner stickers and put them all over their Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Ooh,
Ralph Breaks the Internet
jumping.
DVDs.
Did they do that?
That is
Yeah.
as great as when the lead up to the Oscars, the Incredibles 2 Twitter page was like, should we win? Retweet for us, like get us going. The entire feed is just the GIF from Into the Spider-Verse with Peter Parker going. The whole
Great
thing.
visual
It's just.
gag. Yeah.
It's
It's
awesome.
pretty amazing.
That's.
Sorry. You know the director for Into the Spider-Verse is going to be here next weekend, right?
One of the three of them, yes.
Yes.
Man, I was looking up some of the stats for that movie, and like the amount of time it took was absolutely disgusting to animate
Hours.
stuff.
Like,
Like a week.
And then they shipped it unfinished.
And then it's unfinished animation style.
Yeah.
No, but it took something like a week to get 10 seconds or something. A week of solid editing and animating to get like maybe
there's
10 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's 3 potential things you could be referring to, which is animating, rendering, or editing.
Animating. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Just animating.
I can buy that because there's so much detail
Well, you
going
can
on.
because it's now available on digital.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Oh,
special,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go for
yeah,
it,
yeah,
go
the
for it.
go,
Blu-ray
go, go.
shipping with an alternate universe edition.
Is that actually shipping on the Blu-ray? Because
I don't know. I think it might be.
They
this-
didn't make it clear.
Yeah, they did not make that clear. But there's an alternate universe, cut out there, which is 2.5 hours long,
And features a whole bunch of different scenes.
and like
That sounds
alternate
promising.
scenes to ones that are already in
Alternate
there.
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
Because they do these fucking US specific things. Like there's an app which is called Movies Anywhere or Films Anywhere.
Okay.
Right? Now, where do you think that would be
The
available?
USA alone.
alone. And that is the only way to get access to the version of The Last Jedi which has all dialogue and sound effects removed, and it's just the score.
No.
But you can only get it through that app.
I'll find it for you. Dion.
Anywhere
Please find it for
in the
me.
United States.
I'll get it for you, Dion.
Hmm?
I'll make
You can
a
get it
plan.
anywhere.
In the United States.
Speaking of
If you
United
find
States, Super Bowl champions forever.
No. You can get it anywhere in the United States.
baseball world
World
Except
champion.
Alaska and
World
Hawaii.
Series, yeah. If
They
you
don't
find
count.
that for me, Thomas, I will personally watch it.
Nice. That's exactly what I wanted.
on the projector.
Speaking of like,
Oh, I did find a Blu-ray copy of the black and chrome edition of
Did you?
Mad Max.
Oh.
When are we
Fury Road.
watching that? When? Where? When?
Well, obviously on Dion's projector.
well, of course on Dion's projector.
Well, when?
I don't know. Dion, when can we use your projector? We don't want you there.
We don't have to make. You don't have to be there, but your cat.
Tomorrow?
Your cat has to be there.
Yeah, Rupert will be there. Obviously.
Okay, well, good.
I haven't met the cat.
Rupert doesn't live here. He lives at the flat.
Speaking of really bizarre
But I
or
respect
really
that
cool
you were that excited.
Good.
DVD features. Did you know that the Aquatine Hunger Force DVD
The play all.
shipped with
I saw that.
it's shipped with a feature that if you clicked play all, it would split the screen into 20 different boxes or 24 different boxes and play them all at the same time. This cacophony of noise, and you can't stop it, and you couldn't get around it. Wow! And they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Aquatine Hunger Force for life.
Gone too soon.
I love that
Dude.
so much.
Oh, that is pretty amazing.
Next news.
Well, I think that's it for the news.
That's the news. My
Jay-
recommendation for this week is watch a hole in the ground. Ha ha! In your fucking face.
My
I get a
recommendation is watch True
recommendation.
Detective Season 3.
Watch what?
True Detective Season 3.
Okay.
I've heard it's back to form.
I will carry the torch that Season 2 is not as bad as people make it out to be. People were just pissed that they didn't get more
It
cool
wasn't
serial
season
killer things. So it massively suffered from that. The writing was fucking aces and the characters were cool. It was just super slow.
It was super slow.
This is a theme for you, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
He really likes slow things.
Really likes westerns.
I really like westerns. Marcus, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation is to go into Netflix and
Of course
And
it is.
of course it is. No, because I was flipping through, I think it was last night or the night before, Nightcrawler, 2014's Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal,
Ooh,
is
yes,
on
yes,
Netflix now.
Nice. I've not
And
seen
you
it.
should watch it.
A-class movie.
I need
You
to watch
really
that.
should watch it.
He
I'm not going
really
to tell you
nails
anything
creepy.
about it.
Yeah, like,
You
it's
should watch
maybe
it.
one of the best portrayals of ASPD I've ever seen on film.
Yeah.
Yes. ASPD.
Antisocial personality disorder.
That's yes. Anti-Sasquatch.
And then after that, watch
Cultured.
Velvet Buzzsaw,
Yes.
if you
I
haven't
want to
yet.
see that.
It's
Also-
it's weird. It's good. Good weird.
It's been out for a while, but I'd say watch Creep 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is one interesting movie.
Boy, oh
It's
boy,
on
were we
Netflix.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is. It is on Netflix.
Were we deeply uncomfortable watching that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then also preemptively, because we're gonna, well, Thomas and I are gonna go watch it after recording. But Lego Movie 2.
Hey, it's
I'm
out.
going on Tuesday. I've discovered, well, we already knew this, but we have rediscovered the joy of watching films at Grand West because
Explain.
the cinema is almost always completely empty.
Okay.
Important.
Yeah, especially if you go during the workday. Totally empty. We had a private screening of, what did we go watch? How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Oh, that's lovely. How to Train Your Dragon 3 with no children.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
the 3D is really, really good as far as normal cines go. It's not IMAX, but I mean, it's better than any other sort of just normal box
I
standard
watched
cine.
it, No Children. That's all.
Really?
Yeah, went to the
Beautiful.
9 a.m. show on the school day at the IMAX.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, for general,
Just to point out, we are all like working adults allegedly.
yeah, but we,
Allegedly.
yeah, you're almost always gonna have it empty. The quality is really, really good, and
Nice.
like
Is
it's
it,
it's
is
like a
it
private
New
set.
Metro or Stoke-Pinnacle?
It's
think it's
it's
New
their own
Metro.
thing, isn't it?
No, it's a new Metro.
Oh, that's great, because
Maybe we can
Grand West
convince-
is 5 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, it's really cool going there. Like it's really nice.
But do they have Ice Blast?
Ooh, that's
Well, if
important.
it's
And
New
that
Metro,
works,
they will have
yeah.
Ice Blast.
No idea.
What's your recommendation for this week?
It's also not new, but it is on Netflix. Have you seen Russian Doll yet?
No,
I watched
I
it.
want to watch it though.
I watch
so good.
it.
Marcus
It's
is gonna fight you though. Because only he's allowed to do
The New
Netflix
Metro
reviews.
website's been listening to
Oh,
us.
I'm sorry.
no, I love Russian Doll. It's pretty great. Like
I do want
it's
to watch it.
weird.
Thing, and it immediately gave me Grand West.
It's a sign.
You
Oh,
do?
oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah, no,
that's
thanks
actually
for
just the
listening, but-
nearest New Metro. to
Yeah,
me.
I know.
Yeah, it just took me a moment. It's still tracing you though.
Every moment.
But closer to where you are right
It's
now.
amazing. So
Look, I've been hearing a lot
I
of
do
good
like the
things about
lead.
it.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet, but I do like the.
I love Natasha Lyonne. She's amazing. And when it first started, I was like, okay, cool. So it's Groundhog Day over again. No, it's not.
I'm
It's
just
not-
the only thing that.
Oh, I know
that
how to
worries
convince
me-
Dion. Amy Poehler's involved in a creative
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
capacity.
Fuck you guys.
Dion-
That's the
Yes.
only you only.
Yeah,
that-
so did you watch the opening of the Oscars with the Holy Trinity?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Oh!
Also, there's a cute cat in Russian Doll.
yes.
If that helps convince you.
Yeah, that
Yeah, no, that
Cool.
does.
that does.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the only thing that worries me very slightly
Hmm.
is everyone's like, oh, it's the best Netflix original. It's like, can it be better than Glow?
No, it's not better than Glow.
It's not better than Glow.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
I will
it's
also
good to
test.
go in with my expectations, because I usually put off watching stuff. Like I watch Stranger Things like 2 years after everyone else because everyone's like, "This is exactly your thing." It's like 80s Spielberg and Stephen King mixed together with great synth music. I'm like, cool. I'm not gonna watch it then.
I do the same thing. Like, once you've calmed the fuck down and forgotten about it, then I can form an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than Glow. It's nearly as good for me.
Okay, good. You see, that's fair.
It's pretty interesting and it's very entertaining. Yeah. And it's also like stylistically, it's completely different from something like Glow.
Yes, and it's
Cool.
nicely shot.
Yeah.
The music's well used,
Important.
and there are interesting shifts in tone sometimes.
Okay, that's enough. No more.
No more.
No more.
I
Cool.
might just watch that.
I will watch
should.
it.
Cool. Okay, so that's it for us. Anything to plug? Anybody?
Sideshow Collectibles.
You know.
But
Crabbies?
Crabbies.
Well, I guess that's it.